Bob's Radio.
The heartbeat of Bangalore.
Hello, welcome to Bob's Radio. My name is Rio Raymond, and this is a new segment. It's called Bob the Influencer. You got a Bob the Builder, but here we're talking about Bobs who are building businesses and building brand images. And for the first time on Bob the Influencer, because this is of course the first episode of Bob the Influencer, we got Naveen Suresh, otherwise known as Bangalore Epic, here with us. Naveen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
And Naveen, when I met you itself, the world started getting smaller. That was one. Of course, along with Bangalore being the starting point of it. Second thing, you bring like a proper foodie vibe when you come. There's so much of joy that, you see when you meet someone who's a foodie,
Right.
There's that great positive energy that drives through.
Was it?
Yeah. And you can tell with the laughter as well. It's so cool to meet someone like that. And the conversation just tends to flow irrespective. Yeah.
I know.
So thank you so much for coming by.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me once again.
Pleasure. So as we discussed, Naveen, now you were telling me, or rather we figured this about you, that you were not like a food influencer initially. You started off as a food blogger, the blogging days
That's right.
about food. So for, like they say, the new insult is COVID kids. For a lot of them,
let me not comment on that.
for a lot of them who wouldn't know what blogging is, could you tell us what was blogging for you back in the day?
So when I started like blogging, it was more like a learning for us. Whenever we visit a restaurant or some eatery,
Right.
we used to do like a lot of research. Or writing an article is not easy. So we used to write like 1 or 2 articles a week, and that's on our own blog. I had my own website. It's called BangaloreEpicure.com, and that's how it started. So in fact, we used to do, as I said, we used to do a lot of research about the cuisine, and we used to ask so many questions to the establishment. For example, Vidyarthi Bhavan, it's an iconic place in Bangalore. So we cannot go and write randomly over there.
Right.
So we used to ask so many questions, how it started, and that's how it is. And it is not easy job.
Right.
And we used to have a good DSLRs to capture images, not the current reel days. And the views again, mostly the organic views. If you get 1,000 views in a day for an article, it is something like bumper. So we used to celebrate 1,000 views a day.
Now 1,000 views is nothing.
Actually, now it is nothing.
But how would you drive traffic to your blog back in the day? Because
No, initially I had a difficult with respect to reaching out to wider audience. So later on, there were so many other platforms. So I used to post it on the Facebook. So and again through the WhatsApp status as well. Later on, a WhatsApp status also came. So that's how we used to spread the word across.
Right.
Apart from that, there was no any other medium. And we used to receive some email IDs actually. And people used to subscribe us and all that. That's the only way. Apart from that, I don't think there was any other way to promote. There is nothing called whatever that meta boost which we have right now. There was no meta boost for the blog those days.
and also these were just written by you as one.
Right.
And your numbers, numerics, you're saying if you're getting thousands is like a jackpot.
Seriously,
And
yeah, initial days.
were you being paid to do these blogs? It was just purely
No,
based on your
mine,
passion.
it was the ad free.
Okay.
So I had the WordPress ad free site.
Uh-huh.
And I used to spend some 7,000-8,000 every year
Okay, on that.
to maintain that website. Yeah, ad-free website. So there was no commercials or anything on that.
Right.
So when I started, it was purely out of passion. Now also it's a passion, but yes, there is some.
But now there's business
brand
also to it.
endorsements and everything will be there. Yeah.
So were you full-fledgedly into this back then, or were you also run? Because
I
you
was
come
not,
from a science
before
background, I
now,
know.
I was never into this full time. So I have my IT job, which is 9 to 5.
Now or back then?
No, back then,
Oh, yeah,
it's
okay.
always yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back then, what were you? You pursued science, I'm guessing.
I did my BSc from National College. So later on, I joined a few IT companies. So now also I'm working in an IT company, and I work as a project manager there.
Why no one can tell, you amass 295,000 followers, and then plus you also have a 9 to 5 IT career.
Right.
How would you manage this? Because one is amassing that following. Second thing is to be relevant and keep pushing content on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
Do you have that much of stock with you?
No, you said right. Manage.
Manage.
It's all about managing. That's it.
Multitasking.
So I did not took it seriously. So whatever the time I get, I go and eat, explore. So earlier, I'm a photography person, more than a video.
Wait,
How
let me
we have,
before you continue.
Yeah.
Were you the corporate with the DSLR, or the DSLR was part of you before you became a corporate?
No, actually, I had a DSLR before. I had a DSLR.
This is running away
Yeah.
this notion. I don't know if you've heard of this. So I host events, and I've seen a lot in other parts of the world. I mean, other parts of the city as well. Suddenly, there's an interest among corporates to pick up a DSLR and start shooting. So that notion is what I wanted to break. People might thinking, oh, this is one of those corporates who just bought a DSLR because he had the money to buy it.
So I had a DSLR. So I used to go and click pictures, especially the KR market, those flowers and everything, whatever we see on Instagram. We used to do that. And there were so many photography walks. I remember seeing so many walks, and I used to be part of a couple of walks as well. So that was one of the inspiration for the photography as well.
Right.
Slowly, I started clicking pictures of food. I mean, I'm talking about the days where people used to laugh when you click a picture of food.
Yeah.
Now, I think it is like a
It's
usual,
become common.
usual, and whatever it is. But I'm coming from those days. And at times, I used to hesitate while clicking a pictures. So that's the background.
But when you say this also, I know you say it with the utmost, integrity to what work you were doing with your blog. But because of people like you also, there have been people like me and a couple of us used to just click to put up our stories.
Right.
Hey, this is what I'm eating today.
I know.
But again, that's the way trends have moved, and that's the way things have moved on.
Right.
So, do you remember the first ever place you went and wrote a blog about?
I think it was, I don't remember now.
Not?
No, I don't remember.
So, which year do you think this put up possibly with?
So I started from 2010-11. I mean, much before that. 29 where, I used to write, I don't remember. Some burp only. 2009 burp and Zomato.
So, you were a food reviewer with Burp and Zomato?
I had the website Burp, Zomato, all three. Yes.
Okay. Burp,
Just like a 2-3 months in and around, I started everything. Yeah.
And so this is how you started off.
Yeah.
But this was more like a side hobby or a passion.
Yeah, it was a passion.
Right?
Yeah.
Now also, is it a side hustle now?
Yeah, it is.
It's not a...
So I have my full-time job, and this is just out of passion I'm doing it.
It's difficult to handle this in today's time, is it?
I know.
How do you find time, man?
No, as I said earlier,
You say you
it's all
manage-
about
manage
managing.
because-
I'll make myself dedicated for all this.
But is it like,
So, the Saturday,
in a
Sunday-
week or weekends
No,
or
it's
something?
part of life.
Right.
Honestly, because I have a good community. So there are like-minded people who go and explore food. So there are I'm part of multiple groups. So with that groups we all meet.
So I'm
we all
sure
meet for food.
in office they ask you, Macha, where to go for this particular dish?
Yeah. I used to
Everywhere I think it's the
receive
case.
so many messages, direct phone calls asking for the recommendation.
You started charging them, Macha, one recommendation is so much.
Impossible. It cannot be done practically.
Let's now come into the part where the Instagram parts kicked in. I guess it's 2013-14 is when the pictures started making the rounds, and food pictures were being shown as foodgasm, food porn.
Right.
I think you remember those hashtags as well, right?
Yes.
So that is how you also started, or you just were figuring out the whole...
See, honestly speaking, I used to post on Instagram to keep all my images alive.
Right.
Those
It became
days,
your cloud server
Yeah,
mostly.
it's a cloud. Basically, whatever that best images I wanted to go and see, I felt Instagram is a place. I never knew that Instagram is gonna be booming so much. And,
It's going to be life for a lot of people.
Yeah, life for so many people. And there are so many people who are into a full-time now.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you started with just pictures, and
So it's a pictures, not even hashtags. I used to put the caption. Whatever I used to see on my blog, I used to copy paste that caption.
okay,
If I describe about the food, so I'll copy that and put it on the Instagram as well.
and it would also mention the place that you went to.
Yeah, of course, yes.
When did that transition happen? Like, say, from that passion that you were building on, it became more into people calling you, or maybe it became like a norm that I have to go, since I'm a food blogger, I have to go to these places and put content about them, and they pay you for it as well. When did that transition happen?
Paying is something I think we'll go ahead and we'll talk about the paying part. Maybe in for 2014-15. So what I did is I started something called Food Bloggers Bangalore and Bangalore Breakfast Walks. So these two are the two different pages started by me and other two people. So in that page, like what we did is, with respect to Bangalore breakfast walks, we started creating the awareness about the good old breakfast places of Bangalore. And with respect to FBAB Bangalore, that's FBAB LORE, Bangalore, FBAB Bangalore right now. So this was a platform. Since like I was pretty familiar with most of the places in Bangalore, and started all the restaurant owners started recognizing me because I was in the top 10 the
Bloggers.
profiles of Zomato.
Okay, okay.
Not through the blog. So through the
Through
Zomato, I
Zomato.
started like getting a good traction. So later on, like the people started recognizing, and there were like so many PR companies they used to like contact me. So saying like this is the place you need to like come and review. That's how it started. And with respect to all this collaborations, so there was no concept of like the commercials those days.
Okay.
So it is. I don't call it like a free food, but still people used to like invite us and provide us this.
Food and beverages was on the house.
This is something precisely like a new menu. Whenever they're doing a trails or something, they used to like call the food bloggers. See, they were hardly like a 7-8 people in Bangalore. So out of 7-8 people, 2 to 3 people used to turn up. So that's how the initial scene was. So later on things,
boomed. And this is what, 2015-16?
2014-15. So with, let me come to the Bangalore Breakfast Walks and FBAB LORE. So with that 2 groups, I used to do so many breakfast walks.
Right.
So I used to take people to like a 3-4 good places somewhere in like a Chickpet, Malleshwaram, Basungudi, and we went to outskirts of Bangalore as well. So that's how I started getting a good traction on the Instagram, Facebook pages everywhere.
So these people, how would you call them? Because on your social media posts?
We used to announce on the social media. We had like the page, both on the Instagram as well as
Facebook back then.
Back then, yeah. Facebook we used to announce. Apparently, at the same time, we had accounts on for other 2 as well, in the Instagram account, FBAB as well as the Breakfast Walks. So that's how it started, and there I got like a massive response. People started recognizing, saying like, "Oh, you used to post it on Facebook. I remember seeing you."
Wow.
And people used to like comment on my post saying like, "Oh, we went to this particular place and it was amazing." And what I did, like where other people did not do, is like I started posting local food on Instagram.
Right.
And somewhere in 15-16, I don't think like anybody when posted like a idli dosa on Instagram. So that is the difference what I did.
And with the DSLR quality.
A DSLR quality, of course. Initial days, no? So it was always the DSLR images. And yeah, that is where I started getting traction. Good amount of traction. And a lot of people started following me and they become food bloggers.
So this is how it started.
Right. On Instagram.
On Instagram. Now, there's also this, eventually there was posts of only pictures before.
Correct.
Then you started putting videos. Were you also doing that in that phase? I'm saying...
No, videos is like a post-COVID. Before that, I don't think there was there were videos.
Videos. Like it was called Instagram TV. Yeah, I remember.
Instagram TV. But hardly any traction on that.
Right.
Not like everyone used to get... as I said, like I'm a photography person, not a video person. But apparently after this COVID, yeah, I need to like adopt to whatever that new on Instagram. That's
I don't think it would have been difficult for you because you already knew the techniques of it to use it.
I had like a little challenges initially with respect to taking videos and everything. But yeah, we have like so many best practices on YouTube that we can go and like see.
It's learn by yourself.
Exactly.
So now that you started this, you figured like this is the norm that is there. What like amongst the food bloggers itself, you were not influencers back then.
Right. I'm a blogger.
Blogger. And there was sudden transition because your content is doing well. You suddenly become an influencer. Because of your following that you have.
Right.
Do you still believe you're an influencer? You would say I'm just food lover.
I still call it like a blogger only. I love calling myself as a blogger more than influencer. The reason is the kind of like a learning, the best practices, whatever we used to follow as a blogger, has like the next level, honestly. See, hardly any effort we are putting right now as an influencer. So we'll just like make a video, and now we have like so many tools like ChatGPT, GPT, everything. You get everything instantly. You need not to put like so much effort also.
Yeah.
So there are so many AI based apps where you just need to like upload all the footages, the output will
Yeah.
come. So that is the world right now. So where is the effort now? No, I don't think so.
So you call yourself a food blogger.
Blogger, yes.
And the love for food is very visible.
Yeah.
I'm not talking in terms of size at all, okay? I'm just talking about how cheerful as a person you are. Because they say the happiest are the ones whose stomachs are the fullest.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
And on this note, let me ask you. So when you started off doing all this, like getting the transition from the blogging to getting into the video side of it, the challenges you faced. But did you go back to the places you visited earlier? You try new places out.
No, see, it does not. I mean, as I said earlier again, I mean, I don't plan anything.
Okay.
So I just go. That's it. So wherever I get time, no matter how big the place is, how small it is, I shoot it. That's
Huh.
it. So I'll shoot, like I'll tell them that this is what my profile and I'm gonna post it. That's it. So usually I'll inform them well in advance, just in case if the video goes viral or something, it shouldn't be a surprise for them.
Huh.
So that's why I usually inform them. That's it.
Now-
I don't plan anything. See, only thing which we plan is like usually the Sunday morning breakfast or Saturday morning
Right.
breakfast. Apart from that, we don't do any planning as such.
Like how you didn't plan on being born in Baswangudi, the real place for
Real
good
place
breakfast
for
around the
good
city.
breakfast places.
Like it's in the vicinity of everything that is around.
Yes.
And when you talk about Baswangudi, the first things that come to your mind are like, chitrana, idli vadas,
Masala dosa,
masala
idli
dosa,
vada, chitrana,
the
of
South
course.
Indian spread that I mean, the delicacy of just the thought of it itself is so delicious. So I can just imagine the taste of it, right?
Right.
So you remember the first place you had breakfast around that side and said, "Wow, idu bomba duta guru," and which
That's
place
of
was
course
this?
Vidyarthi Bhavan.
Vidyarthi Bhavan?
Yeah, yeah. Because I did my college and national college,
Okay.
and our hangout place was Vidyarthi Bhavan.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the nostalgia. And I used to go to Vidyarthi Bhavan with my dad. So,
And what
I
was-
have like so many memories associated to Vidyarthi Bhavan.
And what was like your go-to dish at Vidyarthi?
Of course, masala dosa.
And there's all I spoke to Ghatochkach as well
Oh,
a while
Kunal, is
ago.
it? Okay.
Kunal a while ago. So he said, I don't know if he said Vidyarthi, he said Veena stores where the dosa is like crispy, can cut your tongue.
No, I think you would have spoke about CTR.
CTR.
CTR,
Oh,
yeah.
there you go. Then there's an
No,
agreement.
I'll tell you, that's always, I don't call it like a rivalry, but there is a separate fan base for.
Eat both dosas.
Vidyarthi
I like
Bhavan
my
and
dosa
CTR.
like crispy. I'm not going to deny
Right,
that
yeah,
at all.
see, you have answer. See, the people who prefer like a extremely crispy will go for
CTR.
CTR. The people who prefer like outside crispy, inside soft, of course, will go for Vidyarthi.
Vidyarthi Bhavan. So that's the
And
difference?
Vidyarthi Bhavan chutney is like spicier than the CTR chutney.
Huh.
CTR chutney is usually a little bit watery.
It's not the thicker
It's not
chutney.
thicker version.
In
They serve
our
like with the
local
coconut
way,
chutney
getti
and,
chutney la guru.
No, they'll serve on request, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's again, for me, I love both the places. Whenever I go to Malleshwaram, I enjoy CTR dosa. But in Baswangudi and always, it's Vidyarthi Bhavan.
But when you talk about Baswangudi itself, you know like there
There
are
are so many places, not
places.
just Vidyarthi Bhavan.
like
You
even some
can-
small hotel, like
Right.
small hole in the walls
See,
as well.
right next to Vidyarthi Bhavan, there is a place called Namma SLN. It's called like a Mudana hotel.
Okay.
So they're there for more than 50 years. So they're known for like the palav.
Okay.
How people go and like eat the nati palav in the morning, we go and like eat the veg palav over there.
Okay.
So that's one iconic place.
And this is in Baswangudi.
That's in Baswangudi, Gandhi Bazaar. So that is their second or third outlet they opened. And earlier they were in Nagaratpet,
Okay.
yeah, near SP Road. So morning 6:30, the hot palav you get. Oh my God, trust me.
The way you're saying it, when you, it's one thing you hear it from somebody else, but when you hear it from someone who's, into the food scene, it is really good.
I know.
So that is as far as your pullout. Now, dosas we've spoken, so it's a battle between CTR and Veena stores. Where does MTR fit in?
See, MTR is a different fan base. I mean, people never compare like MTR with any other place. It's always a different league.
What is your thoughts on it?
No, MTR, I love MTR, but somehow I am more of like Vidyarthi Bhavan person. And there are so many other places, like SLV Corner, which is like a 20-year-old place. And there is Mahalakshmi Tiffin Room.
I've heard of this.
So, MLTR serves like a good Kali dosa, and there's a Dwarka, which serves like one of the best Kali dosa in Bangalore.
And this is where?
That's in Baswangudi. All these places are in Baswangudi.
Man,
And there's
Baswangudi.
UD, Upar Darshini,
Ah.
which is known for like the good ghee rice in the morning on Wednesdays. And Sunday there's bread pulao.
Bread pulao.
Yeah.
So what
Bread
is
and
a
double
bread?
bean pulao? That's old school type pulao.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to get images of this to put across to people because there'll be many like me. What is bread pulao? But when you mention
See,
about
it's not like
darshanis,
there is no name called like a bread pulao. What will happen, especially Sunday mornings, some establishment, I mean some eateries, like they put this double beans and the bread and pulao.
huh?
So that itself is special.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know how the combinations, but I'm saying because the way you're saying it, it should be delicious.
You should try actually.
I'm coming for one of the food walks for sure. But when you mentioned about Darshini, there's one thing that has happened over years is you had your Udupi Gardens, you had other Darshanis as well, and then you had the Shanti Sagars, which are not existent as much like before.
No, it's again, I'll tell you, what I see is like there are three kind of categories. One is all the Siddhapa, Mudana, everywhere. It's all typical homemade. Next is that establishments like Vidyarthi Bhavan, CTR, and Janardana, Samrat, which is not there, and it has become Samrat Cafe now. And Airlines Hotel. This is all comes in like the
old school historic
category. There's something called like a Darshini.
Hmm.
So which has come, I believe, in 90s or like 80s, I don't remember. All the Shanti Sagar, Shanti Upahar, Udupi Upahar and all that. So this is the other category. So this has changed the dimension of like the eating in Bangalore. And where like a good ambience and all that. So old school is still the old school.
Right.
But when it comes to Darshini, little bit of the fancy food images, fancy lights and everything. So that is what the difference. So, but all the three places has a different fan base. I'm a kind of person, I mean, love eating in all the three categories.
So, that's why I asked you because for me, of course, we were staying in like this part of town and Domlur. And when we were kids, hardly taken out anywhere. So, the only thing that could possibly know is, okay, a Shanti Sagar that was close by and maybe like a Darshini in your school or something. And that those Darshanis also used to stand and eat. It's not even like seating and eating.
Yeah.
So, but over time, what happens, you've not seen a Shanti Sagar or other Shanti Sagar go away from the city. Do you, I mean, as a foodie, I'm asking you, do you think there's a reason with regards to food that this has happened?
No, I don't think so. Because there are, for example, this Uparadarshini, Rotigar and all that. They were all like, these are all like a Darshanis.
Right.
They're like a surviving for decades now. It's been like, I'm pretty sure like more than 2 decades. Because I joined my college in 2004. So since then, the Rotigar, Uparadarshini were all there.
Right.
And Shanti Sagar also. So maybe in some of the localities like the Shanti Sagar and other Darshanis are shut. So apart from that, they're doing a fantabulous job.
Do you think the reason for like Shanti Sagar shutting off in a few places because the price points were not competitive enough?
Some internal management issues or conflicts between the partners and some operations, and it could be any other reason.
Right.
Yeah.
But you also
or change of the chef.
Okay. Yeah. And you also mentioned about how whatever new places come by, people still prefer the old places.
Correct. Yeah.
What do you have to say about the Rameshwaram Cafe? Let me ask you, like, do you think it's a little overhyped?
It's not overhyped.
Okay.
Looking at the quality of the ingredients they source and the quality of ingredients they use, of course, it is not easy. Looking at the business perspective also, they're in like a very good locations. And the quality wise, undoubtedly, they're good undoubtedly, and the taste is also, of course, good.
Right. And also there's one more thing about the Rameshwaram Cafe thing is the kind of dosa they serve, the kind of food that they serve. So if you were to compare, like, say, the CTR, the Veena stores and Rameshwaram Cafe, I'm not saying tell me which one's better, but I'm saying the kind of dosa that it is.
See, when it comes to like a dosa, every place has its own way of like making dosa. As I said earlier, the Dwarka makes like a different dosa. Vidyarthi Bhavan makes a different dosa. CTR makes a different dosa. And same with like a Janardana, everywhere. So that's how the Rameshwaram Cafe dosa also as well. So only thing people complained about like overpouring of ghee. So
okay.
This was happened in Nagaratpet as well. So Nagaratpet, the food street, so they used to put like a lot of ghee on that.
Okay.
People used to enjoy eating that ghee.
I don't know who would complain about extra ghee on a dosa.
No, I see like the comments every day on like all her posts on Instagram. people say like, okay.
Oh,
so
on the
much
comment
of, like,
section.
comment
Bro, the comment
yes.
section, you will have people who hate and who
Yeah,
would
yeah,
like
I
love
know,
it. So
I
that's a
know.
different thing. No, but what I meant to ask you was, say, if you take the three dosas, first of all, let me ask you, dosa or dosa? I know dosa is more towards Tamil way of saying it.
Dosai is Tamil.
Okay.
Dosai.
Dosai.
Yeah,
And
dosai
in,
is
in
Tamil.
Kannada, we say dose.
Dosai.
But I think in anglicized Bangalore, we say dosa.
Dosa. Yeah, correct.
But I think, okay, I'm a Bangalorean, so I'll say dosa.
Dosai.
dosa. It's in
Yeah.
between both, so it's
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
So now, when you compare the three dosas, which one do you think? I mean, I wouldn't say compare, but I'm saying, what is the different thing about each of these dosas? Like Rameshwaram, CTR, and
See, it's a
Veena.
liking.
Okay.
Uh,
The style is the same?
No, it's the ratio of like whatever they use, the ingredients will be different. And the Rameshwaram dosa is different, Vidyarthi Bhavan dosa
Right.
is different, CTR is different. I mean, it cannot be like a compared. So, as I said earlier, I like the crispy outside and like a soft inside dosa. And Rameshwaram is precisely that pudi dosa.
Okay.
basically. They put like a lot of pudi inside the dosa and along with like aloo palya. And so much of ghee. Of course, ghee will make difference. It will make like the dosa complete crispy, every corner. And with that chutney, it is honestly heaven.
Is it the gatti chutney? Honest to God, I know people
They'll
might
give you gatti chutney, of course.
people might think this guy is even a Bangalore. You know what? I actually haven't tasted anything at Rameshwaram Cafe.
Okay, you should go on.
Because the reason is I'm someone who's like, when they talk too much about a mainstream place and then I see the crowd, I'm like, no, that's like a deterrent for me. So that's why I don't end up going
No, in that case, I suggest going off hours.
offers.
Yeah, don't go for like a
I
breakfast.
wonder what are their offers, bro. They're packed through the day. Like every Rameshwaram Cafe I see is packed.
I know.
But anyway, that's a different story too.
So come with me next time. You'll
Done,
get,
done,
a VIP entry.
done. With Naveen all the way through. Now, there's also another thing about Bangalore over time is food early in the morning,
Right.
right? Unfortunate, but you're a vegetarian. I don't see it as unfortunate because a lot of people go eat non-veg in the mornings, right? But there is also some places that are known for some amazing breakfast items in the morning. Like one of the places that we go to, I'm guessing you would have already been there, is Kulapa Circle, early morning at about 3:34.
Okay.
Naveen giving me this look is like making me feel good.
Kulapa Circle.
Near Kamnali.
Oh, okay. Is that a vegetarian place?
Yeah, so they sell idli, vada, and I think pulao.
Oh, nice.
$50 for 4 idlis and 1 vada. Crispy and really good. So, what would Naveen? I mean, I would say that because I go there and it's good to a certain extent, especially when some people are inebriated and intoxicated. But I would not say go there all the time. It's worth going once in a while. Yeah. But if I have to ask Naveen, where would your ideal early morning breakfast place would be?
So there's a place called it's called Idli Cart. There is no specific name. This is near PES College, Pesit.
That is it near Hanumant
So
Nagar or
3:30,
something?
yeah, near Hanuman Nagar. So he used to open at like a 3:30 in the morning. So that is the oldest Idli Cart which used to open early morning in Bangalore.
Oh,
I remember from 2008 or 9, 2007-8. So that is where I started going. So till now, so that guy is still there. So before now the flyover has come and he's like he'll be parked like under the flyover. That is like the consistent. He's not be serving that the sweet sambar or anything. It's a typical Mangalore style sambar.
but that is Udupi Swambar is...
No, not Udupi. They call it like something else. I'll tell you. So that's like too good with that idli, soft idli, and he'll make like a everyday changing rice path.
Okay.
So Sunday is like preferably pulao. And Saturday you'll make like a tomato bath or something. Both are too good. You should visit that place as well.
Since you mentioned about sambar, Naveen, there's always a debate: Tamil Nadu is sambar or Karnataka
sambar.
Come on.
Always a debate.
You know, when I go to when I go for events and I'm having it's nice. You have your sambar, be good with it. But then you come and criticize my sambar saying it's sweet, dude. You have no, you know how sweet we people are because of the sambar we eat. And also, what's the point of only having spice in it? There's also that idli with the dip in that sambar and maybe a little dollop of that chutney.
Right.
And that magic that bursts in your mouth. You won't get that in Tamil Nadu sambar. Absolutely not. And also with the vada that we have.
I don't say that. See, being a blogger.
You can't say that.
Being a blogger, I mean, I'm more like the experimenting person. And I forgot to tell you that 3 years I was in Commercial Street. So during my college days, BSc first year, second year, and third year, I was in Commercial Street. So Commercial Street has like the good amount of Tamil Nadu influence.
Huh. Yeah.
All the eateries where I used to go and like eat.
They were all Tamil Nadu cuisine.
And I love eating like a Tamil. I mean, pongal in the morning, pongal, vada, and sambar chutney. So this as well. So, and have a very good experience with like a Tamil Nadu food as well.
I'm not okay. You're being very diplomatic.
Now also, whenever I get a chance, the safest bet is like a Madurai idli shop. I enjoy eating like my pongal and like a sambar in Madurai idli shop.
I am going to agree with you because you're being diplomatic with the sambar.
No.
But I'm telling you, I don't care what happens. I think
So you love Bangalore sambar, is it?
I'm a Bangalorean, bro. I love everything. I might be a Tamil speaking Bangalorean, but I love my sambar right here. And if I have to go to war with it, I will go to war with it.
So you're a Tamil speaking Kannadiga then?
If you have to put it that way.
Right.
I'm a hardcore Bangalore person. Like, I'll never give up on my city. And if it's the food, no chance of beating me. We may not have authenticity from different parts of the country, but I think we have variety.
I mean, here is my question. Do you love Done Biryani or... you love Done Biryani?
I still call... I mean, we can't... Even we also have agreed to a certain point that it's pulao macha. It's not biryani.
Yeah, okay.
We can call it a green masala biryani if you want. You call it coriander biryani also if you want to.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, if you have to fight for it, sometimes you'll have to give up saying it's not biryani.
Okay.
Sometimes, but... you got to agree with something. Like, how we will say there's no veg biryani? That debate will go on and on. But I still like the Kachi Memon style biryani.
Oh, okay. The Muslim
style. Like with the potatoes and stuff. That's my thing. I'm not going to say Ambud biryani. It's a brilliant biryani.
Right.
But I prefer the Kachi Memon.
No, it's again individual choice.
Choices, yeah. And also Kachi Memon because my former boss used to make the best biryani.
Okay.
She still does. I didn't wish her yesterday for Bakrid, so I don't think I'm getting my shirt.
I love the veg biryani from Sharif Bhai, you know that?
You say veg biryani?
Yeah. And I love Empire biryani too. Empire ghee rice biryani, I love it actually.
No, I don't know how I'm going to debate this. Because these are like non-veg places, but then they're serving without the meat.
I think before this interview, we were just discussing about it, right? Like,
let's just call it kushka, no?
No, Kushka still has like the chicken stock.
How do you know it's not there, bro?
Of course. I have like access to inside access.
But also now we've spoken so much about biryani. I was just having a debate with one of my friends in the US yesterday. Just yesterday.
Okay.
I wished her Eid Mubarak. She's like, we're not celebrating, but by the way, I'm going to order biryani now. And she's like, okay, I'm going to order something from you which is similar to Meghna's biryani. I said, that is not biryani. She asked me why. Dude, that's like just flavored rice with chicken curry or semi-dry chicken just given to you on top of it. How is that biryani? Biryani, the flavor of the meat has to be in the rice. Just don't do whatever you have to say. I'm like, come on, that doesn't make sense.
I started actually liking biryani from
really?
Meghna's.
I'm not going to deny Meghna's rice.
Because every week, at least like I used to go and eat 2-3 times in Meghna's.
Oh yeah?
When they started in Kormangla. 2007 or 8, I believe. When I was working in Kormangla, it was a small place.
Correct.
With like hardly 6 to 7 tables. So I know Meghna's from then.
And see how far they go. I'm not saying they're bad. Yeah. What I mean to say, I don't agree with the name.
See, let me not comment on like the non-veg biryani. But I'm happy with that dum aloo biryani over there.
Oh yeah, that's actually good. Dum aloo, still biryani. I had this debate with Kunal. Kunal said there's nothing called veg biryani. Then he debated saying it's a biryani. And then he broke it down and said brinj and yani is meat and, gosht and thing. Then it comes down to a point, there is no biryani if there's no meat in it. But, since we are discussing more about you and your journey, have you ever spoken, going by the looks of it, I don't think so, but have you ever given a review, like say you've gone to a certain place and the food was bad, but you still spoke the truth, or you said, no, I'll be nice enough and...
No, usually I'll not post about such places.
Okay.
I'll not, why again like spreading a negativity or anything. Rather than staying quiet is better than like going and spreading the negativity around. So I go and like give them a feedback. So saying like whether they take it or not take it, but I'll go and like do it. I'll drop them a text message or something saying like the genuine review, whatever I felt. So I'll do that. Yeah.
You don't seem to me like a person who would even badmouth or say anything negative because
Should we do?
because it's somebody else's bread and butter.
Right.
And I know I'm talking this about
See, no
Meghna
one
and
wants to
biryani.
like serve bad food. Maybe, I mean, our bad day.
Yeah.
We don't know. Yeah.
I think that's a great thought. Nobody wants to serve you bad food.
Right. Exactly.
Which have you ever heard of
See,
anyone say
everyone
that to you?
start a restaurant with a passion, just like how we start like the blogging with a passion. That's how it will be. And people assume that opening a restaurant is like a full. I'll make like a 50% profit and all that. But I don't think so. Looking at the rentals, like a lot of things are there.
The operations are much
people who are owning the restaurant will know that pain and all that.
Have you ever wanted to start
No,
one?
I don't want to start a restaurant.
You've just seen the
I
back
have so
end
many
of it.
restaurateur friends.
Uh,
So after looking at them, definitely I don't want to start anything on my own.
yeah, because I won't be able to eat if I'm going
I'll
to
be in
cook.
the back end.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to like help them whatever best possible ways.
Well, now that you're talking more about this, let's understand the metrics of Instagram.
Right.
Like you've put up so much of content, some great content, I must say. And in this, there is visuals, there's also narration, there is also, like testimonials of people as well. Now, when you do this kind of a content, do people approach you because of your following or because of your authenticity? Because in today's time, I was having a conversation with an artist earlier. It is all about metrics.
Right.
It is all about the numbers one has.
Numbers.
It's just numbers.
Pretty much
It has
numbers.
nothing to do with your authenticity that you bring.
See, hardly I would say like a 10 or 20% is because of the consistency and authenticity of the content, but 80% is numbers.
Oh my
They
God.
look at like the 205 follower base, and of course, end of the day, everyone needs a visibility.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Have you created a storm by just going to a place?
Oh, there were many places.
Like you've just gone and then after it's just like packed.
Yeah, many places.
Could you give us a few instances?
So one SSP refreshments. So that's in Ajaynagar first block.
Okay.
So no one knew about the place, and it was locals' favorite. And after I went, like I posted on like a Facebook, not even on Instagram.
Ah.
I talked about Facebook days. So as soon as I posted about that particular place, next time when I went and he recognized, sir, Niminda Isjana Bandiru, sir. There is he's become good friend, and during like a COVID, we were doing a lot of food distribution. We were sitting at home, and we used to take food from him and distribute. And he also contributed from his side. That's how it started. Yeah.
I'm guessing you built a great network of friends through blogging
So many friends
from the industry.
Yeah, hundreds of friends. Yes.
Do you get free food when you
Restaurateurs,
walk in?
bloggers.
Because
I
that's
get
a
free
common
food, but,
notion that will be there.
yeah, it's common. Usually, like when I walk in and if they recognize, they don't give a bill. But I don't like that actually. Especially when I go with my family, I wanted to pay the bill and eat.
Okay.
This happens most of the time.
Your favorite restaurant in the whole of Bangalore?
I have 5 places. One is Vidyarthi Bhavan. Second is Namaisalan.
Nama?
Namaisalan, that is Mudana Hotel.
Okay.
And Santosh Chats, that is in Infantry Road. And Sri Idli Corner, you must be knowing, in Virapille Street.
This is the famous butter.
Butter Idli place.
Uh-huh.
And fifth one is Brickavan.
Brickavan.
Yeah.
You had like such South Indian delicacy restaurants, and suddenly you say Brickavan.
Yeah.
How does Brickavan come into this? Just curious about it.
No, because of the Neapolitan pizzas.
Okay.
Where the Brickavan serve. I love that pizzas.
What's so different about Brickavan pizza and the other pizzas in the city?
It's a
I know I'm
sourdough-
like,
sourdough
free
pizzas.
advertisement for the brands you're mentioning, but
It's a sourdough pizza where it is not like a heavy to your tummy.
right.
So unlike the other the popular Indianized pizzas, at least like these people did not Indianize it by adding like a paneer and everything. So I'm happy about it because the kind of the ingredients they choose on the pizzas, everything. So and they started making their own cheese.
Oh,
Yeah.
have you ever, since you're a vegetarian, have you ever got tempted to eat? Because I can see that love for food in you, but have you ever got tempted to eat non-veg? Never.
Honestly, no.
Is it by choice, Naveen, or is it by faith?
No, it's a choice.
Choice. And when you go around with your friends, do you taunt them or they taunt you about the food?
No one does now.
Oh yeah.
So earlier all this were there, but now nothing. If you go to any restaurant, the best example is like Shadab. Recently we went to like a Shadab in Hyderabad, People say, okay, don't get vegetarian. I call them, saying like I'm a vegetarian, like get like a vegetarian. Sir, pure vegetarian, please come. You get like a pure vegetarian biryani for sure, come.
Pure vegetarian biryani, Hyderabad.
It's a Shadab, typical
Muslim
the
biryani.
mutton Muslim biryani. So there I enjoyed my veg biryani. It was so good.
Have you ever noticed the portions in Hyderabad?
It was like a double or triple.
Yeah.
I mean, we Bangaloreans cannot like eat or like a match.
That's like huge,
So
right?
People say like it's a single portion. 3 people can eat in Bangalore.
Yeah, and then the half is like 2 people's portion. I'm like,
I
dude,
know.
how?
I know.
Is there a place like that in Bangalore that serves you those portions? Apart from Paradise, I've never touched those places yet, but
Hyderabad Biryani House.
the one
I
in
don't know. The Victoria.
Victoria,
Road.
no.
No, I don't think so. They're also like a limited portion. No, I don't think any other place.
When
in
you look
Bangalore.
at that, when you look at the portions in Hyderabad, has it ever occurred to you, are we being treated with the quantity?
See, probably like all these eateries would have understood like our appetite.
Okay.
So based on that, the portion size is designed in Bangalore.
Or also, you could say, because you're giving that much, we are being programmed to only eat that much or be able to eat only that much.
Can be.
Man, it actually got me thinking. When I went to Hyderabad, I said, so 1/2 biryani and whatever, 1 chicken tangdi. I was like, that is not half biryani. And I don't know how, I actually parceled a bit and I gave it to the auto driver. I said, bhai sahab, itna nahi hota mere ko, tum na kha lo and all that. Now, you say breakfast box, Naveen. What is your breakfast box usually about? It's just people who follow you or
See,
people from family and friends?
No. The people who are following the page and like their friends, their families.
Right.
Usually we gather at like one particular place and we go to 3-4 different eateries.
Mm-hmm.
And we try the best items, whatever they serve. And we pay the bill. And if there are like 10 people who are part of the breakfast box, the bill will split into 10 people touch. So that's how we do. It's a non-commercial. But we get to explore like 3-4 places in the morning. We start at like 7:30 in the morning and we'll finish by 9:30.
Now, your most places that you go to for breakfast walks are like which part of the city?
So Maleshwaram, there's Avenue Road, Basungudi, and we done on JP Nagar. A lot of places. Damlur also we did one. Alsur.
Are you? I'm going to ask you the serious question to all you food bloggers. Central Bangalore is nothing for you people?
No, Central we did, no. We did...
Only Veerapallai Street?
Not Veerapallai, I mean, yeah, Commercial Street as well. And also, we have like fabulous places in Central Bangalore as well.
Like?
I don't remember that. Cunningham Road, Chandrika,
Okay.
and, Sanman, Chalukya.
My bad. For Samrat, I mentioned a
Janardana.
Sunman.
Yeah, so many places are there. Yes.
Because I don't hear of anyone mention, because a lot of people from the old Bangalore will remember this and say for nostalgia purpose. But from whichever food blogger I've spoken to, there's never been a mention of any restaurant or place in Central Bangalore. I'm like, we have nothing or what? Are we such like, meat eaters? There is nothing in Central Bangalore.
Kamath near Shivaji Nagar.
Kamath
Yeah, this
near
is
Shiva.
Kamath.
Oh, yeah.
This is Kamath.
Right opposite Brigade. Right opposite Taj. That is Ajanta?
No,
Not
that's
sure.
Ajanta.
That's Ajanta.
I'm talking about the one near the boring. Right behind boring,
Oh,
there's
okay.
Kamath.
But now where with so much of population around the city, where
I
you
know.
get to see anything.
Yeah, I know.
But what about your afternoon time? Like say morning, if you would, for Naveen, if I ask Naveen, these 3 times of the day, your best spots to hit.
No, lunch I prefer eating at home. So I love like a home food, no matter what.
Is it because when you eat outside food, you tend to become
so
too groggy?
much, I mean, honestly,
Sleepy?
now I'm saturated and I love eating home food. How much you can eat? Tell me.
That also is because, sometimes, especially people are working, when you go outside and eat and come back,
Right.
you feel sleepy.
I know.
You don't feel like working at all. But that's not the case when you eat home food.
Yes, exactly.
What is the reason? Let me ask you.
That's a love.
So what
So
is that
much
extra
love,
in this
so
is
much
making you
love,
sleepy?
So much love, and see nowadays we see like so many artificial things like the tasting powder, Ajinomoto, that this. Will not be able to like gauge which place is like putting all that. So we should be very careful.
This Ajinomoto has been like a threat, not anytime now, but for
There
decades.
was one Gobi place, they were putting like a handful of Ajinomoto tasting powder.
My
And
God.
He's calling it like a Chinese salt.
Yeah, I know somebody said that Chinese salt because that drawing on that Ajinomoto looks like that of a Chinese guy. So it's called Chinese salt.
Chinese salt.
I'm like, okay, thanks for deceiving people like this.
You should be a bit careful on that.
But are you saying that is one of the reasons why people feel a little too sleepy when you eat
of
lunch?
course, because of the tasting.
So for dinner, where would you suggest?
No, I prefer like a street food.
Okay.
The small dosa idli carts. So that's what I prefer in the evening. But most likely, like out of 7 days, like I go to such places like 2-3 times. So rest all I'll be at home.
Oh, you're a home buddy
Yes.
who's making every other person on Instagram become a
I
foodie,
know.
right? But again, that's because maybe the home food is that tasty.
Right.
Or are you saying this so you can get brownie points with the wife?
Definitely not.
But now talking about Instagram, Naveen, the numbers. Do you get carried away? I mean, when I say carried away, do you get like frustrated at times if they don't hit numbers? Because at times they are paid to.
No, Instagram, I don't think there was like anything paid from Instagram.
No, I'm saying not from Instagram. I'm saying collabs that you do, or for example, you go to a certain place and they pay you to do the content. They expect a certain result.
Yeah, see, some of them will like have a guidelines saying like the reel has to be like this, and they want like ambience to be shown, and like the cooking shots has to be captured and all that. So that is when it comes to like paid collaborations. Apart from that, like other when it comes to the own content, I don't think there will be any challenges.
Okay.
So this I don't call it like a challenge. They'll have like a specific requirement, and we need to like understand and go ahead with it. That's it.
And how many like sort of these paid things that you do in a month?
I mean, as I said, this is not my full time. So whenever I get time, and if time permits, and I'll go with it. That's it.
Say for example, someone who's wanting to become and get into this sort of a line, because today everyone's told them you can't be a doctor. I know I don't want to be a doctor engineer. I want to be an Instagram influencer. I want to be a YouTuber. So if they want to get into it, and say food is like one of the things they want to venture into.
Right.
So how much do you think someone who wants to get into being an influencer, and I don't know about, okay, let's say your kind of following that he has in numbers, how much do you think one can make, and how many events of these sorts or these collaborations that they'll have to do?
It depends on the person. If he can manage to visit like 2-3 places a day, and if he's into full time, he can earn up to like 2-3 lakhs. Yeah.
That is
And
2-3 places.
It can be more also.
It can be more.
Yeah.
And is it easy now to get the kind of numbers?
Not easy, definitely. Getting numbers is easy.
Really?
So you should know like the trend, what is happening, and what is like a trending places. The short videos work really well. So I mean, the best example is if you can go and like check my feed. There were like a video 6 seconds, 8 seconds. I mean, I call it like a cringy content without any much information. That goes viral.
Yeah.
And based on that, like I see so many follows. The effort which we put, I mean, like maybe 1 minute or 1.2 or maybe more than that, there'll be a lot of information in it. That doesn't go well.
I know, right? Our attention span is just shortened out over time.
Yeah.
Let me ask and influence this question. Do you think Instagram is good for our lives?
Let me not comment on that. So it has both good and bad.
Wow, as usual, Naveen being diplomatic.
So it's again like people should not take it seriously. I mean, when it comes to like a content creation or whatever in front of all this digital world. Yeah.
I've also heard about this. I don't know if anyone's listening or watching this. From a lot of research, people who study neuroscience and everything, that attention span, of course, is diminished over time because of the content and the way we consume. But if you want to improve, you'll need to listen to a lot of audio content.
Right.
So listen to our radio. www.bobsradio.in. Yeah, so these are the things that, a lot of people get. Is there a thing about, Instagram where you can figure the algorithm out?
I mean, as I said again, I'm telling you, I mean, I did not take it seriously. So I wanted to post it just to be...
No, I'm saying now, today, do you think you can figure the algorithm? There's so much to talk about the algorithm.
Right. Yeah, I don't think... I mean, I don't believe in that algorithm part.
You're getting numbers anyway.
What basis that algorithm works. But still, I mean, whenever you put like some new place, hidden gem, I get like a good engagement. If everyone are posting the same place, there's no point. I mean, maybe like a algorithm is getting confused with it.
So let's say if you put up a great visual of say some really nice soft idlis with a butter, dolloped on top of it, and like some nice green chutney to the side and a little bit of the peanut chutney to the left as well.
Right.
So with these visuals,
Yeah.
does it sell or it's still the
of course,
time?
it'll serve well. I mean, it'll do well.
Okay.
So that is the viral content, whatever you did right now.
Unfortunately, I don't do that when we talk like this because that nothing of us goes viral like that. But it's always good to understand from an
But one
influencer's
thing,
point
what
of view.
I seen in the recent time or like from the day one, so the local food have a good engagement.
Right.
So that's because people can go and eat and they can afford for that. So that is where you get like attraction.
So I know the ones who go for like the fancy places
Yeah.
are different kind of influencers.
Yes.
We don't get called for all that, but I'm guessing you do get called for like opening off some pubs and restaurants as well.
Restaurants like the star hotels, everything. Yeah.
But when you do something away from your regular, that is like, isn't that part of what your TG actually looks at, right?
Sorry, I did not.
When you do
listen to the
something
question.
like you used to doing very local content,
Right.
and people call you for the opening of another place, which is
what
very
I do
flamboyant.
is like I mix everything. I don't restrict to the local food.
Okay.
I go to like I mean everything. I don't like just keep it very niche or like a very local. So at times like I go and like eat in the Star Hotel and later I come back and like have idli in the.
Nothing like it, no?
Yeah, I mean, so people say, okay, there is like a difference. You should like promote only the niche. See, when it comes to like a food blogging, I don't see any difference. Rest all food is food. That's it. Like there was one chef, well-known, renowned chef. So we had like a good 5-course continental dinner. So next day morning we both went and had like a palav and muddana.
I mean, that speaks in volumes of how much you connect on the local food as well. Also, there's one, I know you already done this, but I was having this chat with my friend as well about one of our friends in the US of how suddenly they got a little whim. I like the bisi bele baat at this so-and-so place. And she ended up spending 600 rupees. And then, there, you're laughing at just the thought of the 600 rupees. Because, if you go to like a local place with the kara, bundi and everything, maybe 100 bucks,
50
maximum give 100 bucks also.
Yeah, that's it.
And it would have been top of the, with the ghee on top of it. So when you hear about this, let me ask you, would you have bisile bath from a 5-star? Would you have bisile bath from...
Yeah, of course. ITC Windsor. I had Bisibela Bath in ITC Windsor.
Okay.
Yeah, it is nice. Because, see, looking at like the ITC, of course, they have like one price point. And it is not for like everyone. Maybe like it's an experience for the first timers. But people who come from like outside, of course, it's an experience. And a lot of hygiene and everything comes in place like if you don't know the place. So it's a safe bet for them.
So you would say that 5 stars do sell... I mean, I don't want to say good food.
Right.
The reason you're getting that particular pricing is the
Everyone will have a
experience.
SOP.
Right.
So when it comes to like a 5-star hotels, as per my understanding, or like as far as I know, so they have some benchmark. Like they need to follow that. You cannot like go and increase the spice,
Yeah.
and all that benchmarks will be there.
Well, a lot to take from you in terms of how to be very diplomatic. That I definitely would. And also the diplomacy also is to so that you don't hurt the sentiments of others' work. Right. So as much as we media people try and, tweak around a little bit, I think you're pretty strong in what you want to say. And I want to thank you for coming by, being genuine
Thank
about
you so
what you
much.
speak in terms of food.
Thank you so
For
much.
spreading the joy like you always do.
Right.
Food is joy and cheerful.
Yeah.
So, Naveen, absolute pleasure. And I'm looking forward to do a breakfast walk with you someday.
No, you should actually come over. I'll take you to some really good places in South Bangalore.
For sure,
And
for
also
sure.
we can do it in Central Bangalore as well.
I don't know if they
There
still
are some
exist.
hidden gems.
There are?
Yeah, of course there are some.
I'm so used to
hidden
going
gems.
and drink eating, so I wouldn't. Either I'm too smashed to go eat in the morning, or you just don't find places in the morning that you would like to have. I remember there used to be one place.
Okay.
Actually, this was bang opposite the Fraserton police station.
Oh, okay.
It was a tiny little hole in the wall, and he used to sell like 4 idlis for 12 rupees, like tiny one. No, not podi idli
That
size, a
must
little
be some
bigger.
Long back, not like in
10
recent
years
times.
ago.
Okay.
But they shut, and hence we started going to Kamnali to eat.
Oh, okay.
And it used to be really, really good. And it soft idlis.
Okay.
It was a Mallu guy who was serving.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Then that
okay.
explains, I'm guessing.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think I went there.
Okay. So it's very hard to find some of the old school places.
Right.
But I'm guessing when you have someone who's like a food historian, a little bit in terms of vegetarian
There
food.
are like so many people. I religiously follow them. Yeah. There's so many people, I would say, yeah.
And how honest of you on that note, at least. Thanks, Naveen. Absolute pleasure, man.
Thank you so
and
much.
yes, we shall do the food walk someday.
Yeah,
But I would
sure,
prefer
actually.
South Bangalore because Central Bangalore, I'll do it myself. I'll have to just get drunk and walk one morning.
Excellent.
Thanks, man.
So
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me over.
And I only wish your numbers grow over time.
Thank you.
And I don't know if you wish to, let it become a full time as well, so you can chill and eat a lot
I'm
more.
not going to take the
No.
chance. I'm happy with my IT job.
Just transfer the followers to us, bro.
Please take it if there are any options.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.